This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back, everybody. They say that our past dictates our future and/or our present. Now, you could hear that phrase and say, "Oh, yeah, I guess so." But the more and more I talk with our next guest, I'm seeing that even more clear. And we're going to even get some evidence of that today. She is somebody that performs energy healing through kinesiology and resonance repatterning, and learned a lot ever since we started talking with her. She's back with us again. It's all about alternative healing. Gabrielle Poverchuk is on the program. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you today?
Really good. Really good.
Glad to be back. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like class is in session. I learn from you every time we get together, but this is vital information for what's going on in our lives, what's holding us back from living the lives that we feel we deserve. And we got an email that might illustrate a lot of that. Can we dig into that now?
Absolutely.
Okay. This is from Lisa in Cape Coral, Florida. Checks in through instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. She says, I went through an abusive relationship 5 years ago. I've had some health issues after it, and someone said it may be trauma that I'm storing. Is that even possible?
Short answer is yes. It certainly is. So Lisa's immune system has been compromised through that stress. Going through an abusive relationship is stressful. And when they finally let go, then the issues are coming further up because of your current health issues. And the stress, even though you did the right thing, it's still a stressful situation. So your immune system is compromised. Whatever underlying issues you had come to the forefront to be healed. So it's not just leaving, it is not just physically healing, but it is also emotionally healing. So it's three things that one has to do.
So questions on that. Is this new health issues, or would you say Lisa might have had some stuff going on there, but now she goes through this relationship, and which wasn't good apparently. And could that have that energy, that trauma, best word to describe it, could that have kicked up other underlying health issues, whether she was aware of them or wasn't?
Yes. So let me go in two different directions. The first direction is the answer to you. Yes, it has notched up what already was there. Was it all her problem? That's the other direction. No. Many of the issues that we're dealing with, emotional issues, which eventually become dis-ease and your body becomes diseased, then those are generational issues. Well, that's where I come in to let go of the source from the energetic or the generational problem. Either way, the best thing to do is heal emotionally and also physically. You do need to do that now. And has it been, how did you say that? Exacerbated because she had already the issues before? Yes, sometimes we notice something, but we're so in stress situations that we kind of set it aside and let it go until it punches us in the face or slaps us around and it's like, hey, take care of me. Then we're finally aware of it, but by then it has already gotten enough that you're uncomfortable. So most of the time we do not know what's going on with inside us. It's just the way it is. We can't look inside until the body speaks to you in various ways.
So what's really going on here with the abusive relationship exasperating or bringing out the health issues? Why does that take place?
Because your immune system is lowered. So the stress lowers your immune system without a doubt. Anything actually that's out of balance lowers your immune system. So your body cannot protect you from what is going on inside you. And the only recourse it has is to let you know by getting sick that it needs to take a break.
What's concerning in my mind is that this stuff shows up years later, it seems, right?
So years later, I don't know what was going on in her. Years later, part of it, yes, some things take longer to surface. Other things come through the surface very quickly. It is very hard to pinpoint how far along you were at that time, and now you let go of this relationship, and boom, there you are. You are being set back with a major issue. When that happens, I'm confidently saying that you already had a major issue going on at that time while you were in the situation, in a relationship. And now that things are calm around you, your body is basically telling or asking you to take care of the issue. So I hope that answered that question. But I can't give you an exact answer to as far as how long does it take, because I don't know her issues either.
Sure.
So for instance, diabetes, it takes a long time to finally get there, but it depends how much you just ignore your body, how long you continue doing the wrong things for your body, what your constitution is, the outside influxes of your life, your emotional constitution. There's so many variables that there is really no straight answer for it. Energetically speaking, yeah, stress brings your immune system down. Whatever you had in your body will exacerbate so that you can finally take care of it.
We'll never know. Everybody's got a different situation. Everybody's got a different body. But even that being said, would you, based on your experience and view of all of this, would you say, and again, this is not scientific,
right?
The majority of the health issues we have come from our traumas? Again, I said the majority, not all of them. There could be genetic factors, etc., right?
Yes. So in my world, in the energetic world, I would say yes. From my experience working with clients, most of their issues that they deal with on an emotional level, which eventually becomes, not always, but can become a diseased body.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I kept saying way in the beginning, most of the stuff that you carry around with inside you isn't yours, but that negative energy is in your body. And depending on your lifestyle, your emotional maturity, it can exacerbate certain body parts of in your body to a point that it becomes sick or diseased through the accumulation of the negative energy.
So let's say, and we've all had trauma in our lives, even going back to childhood, whether we remember them or not. Would you say it might be very impactful to clear this energy out for all of us? Well, all of us, because you never know that it could be making you sick or it could make you sick if you're holding on to stuff. And like you said, it could take decades for something, an illness, to manifest, maybe coming from a childhood trauma. Then maybe there was other trauma, maybe connected to that later in life. And it's almost like you're a pressure cooker ready to explode in terms of in disease ways, presenting.
We are.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when as an example, let's go back to the migraine. Many women and some men, they have migraines, right?
Sure.
And our medical system has medicine, and so to some degree it may help people. That's great. I'm glad they get relief. However, when it does not get relieved, then there's a very good chance that you have an energetic imbalance, meaning your emotions, whatever you inherited, contribute to that migraine. It's a thought process, it's a belief, it's inherited from your grandparents, from society, from family. It's all imprinted on you. So you carry that around, and whatever goes on within you as far as thought process, this energy then attaches itself to that migraine. That's why medicine doesn't help, meaning it does not take it away. It just band-aids the pain so that you can manage your life, but you find yourself always back to square one, running from doctor to doctor. They're trying to help, giving you more prescriptions. However, it doesn't heal. That's the thing. It does not heal. You do not become headache free. And that's energy.
And it just seems like that's the way our modern health system works. You know, it's the symptoms. We'll take care of the symptoms, but we're not going to the root cause, right?
Yeah. Well, when you have a headache, it's always good to be checked out because it could be a misalignment in your spine, muscle, tense muscles. All these things are very likely, and I don't know what goes on with your spine. So physical injury can very well contribute to your migraine. But if you have covered everything there is, and you get shoved from one doctor to another, and don't have, not relief, they will try to give you relief, but no more headaches. I'm talking about being pain-free, headache-free, then it's energetic.
Is there any way to even figure out that it is energetic, or it's pretty much, let's assume that because there's a really good chance that it is?
Yes, it is. It is.
That's a myth. I can see your passion on that. You're like, yeah, it is, which is, I
can only speak from my experiences. I can't speak for everyone else, so please don't take it as such. But from what I have experienced on myself and with other clients, it's energetic. Because by the time I get my clients, they already went through the gamut from one doctor to another, from neurologist to chiropractor to massage therapist, you name it, one tablet to another. Meanwhile, while they take the tablet, they contribute to another illness, meaning your liver goes south because of all the medicine, and they find themselves not having any success. They try everything from self-massage, hot, cold, whatever feels good on their necks to alleviate the occipital pain, or the tension in their shoulders, and they're still in square one, and still they go to a doctor after doctor and doctor. So here's what I had a conversation with. Doctors try to help you, without a doubt. They have the best in your mind. I'm not saying that at all, but they too have a limit of their knowledge. And then they send you to someone else, hoping that this person hopefully has more knowledge and can help their patient. So, and that's what I mean by having run the gamut from doctor to doctor, only to find themselves right back on it. Now, same thing goes with hip. Just recently, I was told that a woman had her hip taken care of. Don't know exactly the details, but even though she had the surgery, she's been in pain for 2 years. By the time she came to the person that has enlightened me, the woman was so bitter, so angry and bitter because she was in so much pain. Surgery didn't help. Medicine doesn't help. None of it helps. So she's done all she could do, and all that the doctors could do from their point of view. That's why I come in, because at that point now it became energetic. It was energetic to begin with, but now that the physical body has been taken care of by medical society, and she's still in pain, if not even more in pain, it is the energy, the emotions, whatever she's been carrying around, which caused her to have the hip problems to begin with. I could release that. Now, Energy is not being shown on any x-rays. Keep that in mind. So when you go to the doctor, they x-ray you, they do an MRI, all these things. They're hoping to find something, that there's something physically wrong with you so that they can help you. So they do. Then the next step and the next step, and it follows and follows. Well, if it was physically wrong and they've done the correct procedure, why then is this woman still in pain?
Oof.
Yeah.
And we don't see what can present later in life. We're never going to know. Like, for example, in her situation, let's say she wasn't currently experiencing some health issues, but we know that she went through an abusive relationship a few years ago.
Lisa, we're talking Lisa, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yes. We'll never know. We wouldn't know what's coming around the corner. Maybe nothing. Fantastic.
No, we don't.
But maybe something. It sounds impactful that we should just get that energy cleared out. And would we? Like, let's say she didn't have any health issues, but somebody's hearing this. They got the same situation. They went through some trauma a few years ago, or maybe even in their childhood, and maybe they realize it. Would it be impactful to, and could you clear out that energy without even knowing what's going on or what's coming in terms of health?
That is a wonderful question. So for that to happen, I would need to have them young, meaning young kids. I can definitely do that and help them let go of all the things that they have already inherited without having had to go through life as most of as us now. So with that said, to back that theory up, the Chinese acupuncturist, as it used to be, I'm not sure about it now, but the Chinese acupuncture, people went there to stay healthy. So when they got sick, they were upset with the acupuncturist because he or she didn't keep them healthy. So it's different. If you take care of your health from the beginning, your likelihood of getting very sick, or well, I can't say never sick. Some people may never get sick, and then that being sick is such a loaded statement anyway, because it's so layered. What you think of sick, somebody else is like, that's not sickness, because they have different experiences. Either way, the acupuncturist way back then kept the person healthy so they wouldn't have to go through what we're now discussing. Our lifestyle and way of life is not that way. Can I help people to stay as healthy as possible? Yes. Can I help them now manage their current situation and find actual, not only relief, well, it is a relief process of relief until you have it no longer. So yes, that is there too.
This is, I believe I know the answer. You said it a few moments ago. We can't see what this negative energy is doing to us. There's just no way. It's not like they have a scope,
No.
MRI, sonogram, whatever it is. It can't be seen.
Right.
Yeah.
It can be felt though. Oh, good point that you brought that up. Seen. Okay. Seen as far as x-rays, MRIs, and any of the technology that we have in our medical world. Let me specify that because I don't know about anything else. No. Can we see it through other people? Can we feel it? Yes. Remember our conversation that when we have angry people around us, they only reflect, they're the mirror to us. Well, that's how we can see it, that we have anger issues. We feel it and we see it. Remember the conversation we had?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So two things, we feel it and see it. We just don't know. We don't live that life.
And I'm going to throw, not to make anybody a hypochondriac, but I'm going to throw in there that we know the answer to everything. Our bodies are amazing.
Yes.
You ask It'll give you an answer. Kinesiology, right? But there's so many things in the way that we can't really hear it usually. But I'll bet you if
Very, very true. Yeah.
your intuition is telling you that, I might have some stuff going on. And it's probably from all that stress that I endured a few years ago at that job or that relationship, whatever. If you're thinking that, maybe that's connected to, it probably is. It probably is, if your intuition is telling you that.
Yeah. Right. So if Lisa had that kind of inclination, why are you questioning it? Because that's your higher self already telling you that this was so. But we're not used to believing our body. We're not used to believing our higher voice. We're used to looking outside for everything, outside for going to the doctor, to go to church, having, doing that route to anybody, but turning inward. That's the difference. So as it is now, the more you turn inward, the more you actually get to know yourself, and you learn to listen to yourself. And then you will find the confidence not to question it any longer. If you have difficulty staying connected to yourself or to your higher self and opening your heart because you're afraid of whatever, that's where I come in to clear the path so that you can do that with ease, hopefully.
That's a really great point, Gabrielle. You bring up that, yes, we never go inside. We might even avoid us and not even know that we're avoiding us.
Yeah, we do that. Good.
Keeping busy and do this other stuff and everything. But you also
100%.
Right? You also allow us to clear that negative energy out so you can go inside, because that's probably one of that negative energy is blocking us in other ways. It's probably also blocking you from really feeling comfortable going inside. Because it can be uncomfortable, to realize things. Yeah, very emotional at times. Sure.
So Lisa, here's my little bit for you. I was very mental, went to 2 marriages, and marriages is just a situation, or relationship is just a situation that you can learn from.
It's also a business agreement. Been there, done that. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. But you learn a lot from it.
Yeah.
And and depending on what's going on, you have then a choice. Yes, you can move away. But then here's the thing that I had to learn is like, I didn't want to go through what I went through again. And I wasn't going to hop into the next relationship trying to make it work, whatever that may mean in my case. So what I did instead, I was like, what do I need to do to not having to go through this again? That was my deciding moment, because life slapped me around enough. And it was painful. It was so painful. So I didn't want that pain anymore. And I didn't want to end up being with someone else again, having to go through whatever it is that I needed to learn. So I went back inside me. So that was the first step. Once I decided that, I had to find my way, how to get to managing things, to get rid of whatever is attracting the things that I didn't want, or all the conflicts that I had to endure. More than that, and kept looking for it. Yes, it was a process, but I finally found it, and here I am now, having gone through that process with my healer for several years, and it had made a huge difference. And here I am now providing the same service because I walk the talk. So
I don't want to agree with you, just to say I agree with you here. But I do, and I've seen it, and I'm living it, and every day is another day in the chapter of our lives of learning this, and especially with energy. And one thing that you didn't mention, but you talk about the relationships, we're not even considering the person that you're with has stuff going on that they didn't work on. So they're bringing that into the relationship And now you're dealing with it
Yeah.
and also dealing with your own stuff. And of course,
Yeah.
there's a reason that people do connect. Maybe you're looking to heal each other without even really knowing that's why you connected. And then after time, you grow
That's
apart.
a good point.
You know, there's
Mhm.
a lot going on here with energy, but it is what it is, and we need to work with it. You know?
Exactly. But give yourself at least a good head start, right? So when you know that you attract an emotionally unavailable person, just throw something out here. You have to take a good look at yourself. Maybe you are also emotionally unavailable and have to find out, well, why am I? Right?
Mm,
Once you dealt with that part, then you can attract the emotional available person because you are now available too.
hmm
Now, is it all hunky-dory and rosy? No, as you were saying, you will always attract someone to learn from. It's up to each individual how much do they want to be involved or entangled with another person.
And then, well, we're out of time, but then there's then there's the other part. You may have done the work on yourself, and you're in a good place. You've got
Yeah.
where you came from,
And
where
this-
you are. But if you're holding on to a relationship because you're afraid to step off because you don't want to be lonely or do this over again and all of that,
No,
you're
no
just
one
blocking.
can help you.
Yeah, look at you. But okay, so wait up. If that is you and you're holding on to that relationship, but you've done the work, you haven't fully done the work because then you probably would say, I'm moving on because there's a brighter day ahead. I feel it. I know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, yeah.
None of this is easy.
No.
That's the
No, no, it
If-
isn't.
if it was easy to be a multimillionaire by snapping your finger,
We all were.
we would be. Gabrielle, great conversation today. Thank you for your transparency.
Absolutely.
And how do
You're
we connect
welcome.
with you? People like Lisa, anybody going through stuff, want to clear out energy. What's the best way to find you?
You can text me, area code 206-498-9094.
Mm,
Did you get it?
Yeah. And thank you for making
Yeah.
things very clear. I know this is a little wooish, but you've made it clear. And
is.
yeah, it is. But you know what? It is.
Wonderful.
It is the
Yeah.
secret to moving your life forward. Appreciate it. We'll talk soon. Okay.
I agree.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.